'Cause I've had everything, no one's listening. Let's just you know me. I'm so
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Care Managers Inner Circle. For those who might not know, my name is Jonathan and it's a pleasure to be here, and it's lovely to have you all along here tonight. This is the Care Managers Inner Circle. We broadcast 3, sometimes 4 times a week, and we're here to support every single one of you care managers out there. Set up 4 years ago, as most of you will know, on a sun lounger in Forteventura, next to my missus. I set up a group initially just to support me. I needed a bit of help and advice, and I just thought all these care managers out there all reinventing the wheel and not sharing their own homework, and I thought, well, let's set up a group, and let's, sharing is caring is that's the heart of what we're about. So great to see you, and great to have you on here tonight. I thought we should theme some of the nights, and I just felt that Mindset Monday was a great night, or a great little theme that we can do each week. Some weeks we'll get some amazing speakers along, and so far, we've got some great guys and girls who are sort of waiting in the wings, able to speak to you guys, the Care Managers Inner Circle, and that's what it's all about. It's about sharing. There's no commercial aspect to this, and for those of you also who might be new to the Care Managers Inner Circle, there's no promoting or advertising whatsoever, and that's what makes it beautifully pure than other groups. And again, there's some amazing other groups, but some other groups, you look at those and it's all about advertising and consultancy and training, and you get hounded to death. So there's none of that here. So if you are here, I'm afraid you won't last long. So please no advertising or promoting. And also, just while I'm on tonight, rather disappointingly, we had someone who decided they were going to promote something which was rather offensive, and I'm afraid there's no place for that here in the Inner Circle. So they got removed pretty quickly. I haven't got time to have conversations with people trying to justify it, so they removed. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to talk to you in terms of your mindset. And the most important thing, if you can't manage your own mind or manage your own behaviors, then you can manage pretty much. There's not much you can manage. Same as also with time. If you can't manage time, you can manage nothing. And so that's for another evening, I assure you. That's a big one, time management. I think we all need a bit of that, and we're all sort of working on it. Tonight, I want to talk about some amazing books out there. I mean, the great thing about books, and I mean this, and this has only really been highlighted to me in the most recent sort of last 4 or 5 years, that there's some guys and girls in this world, and they put their very best of learning. I mean, years and years of learning. They're highly successful, and they put it in a book. And the reason that's important is because it's the very best bits. You don't actually have to walk their life in their shoes, because you just pick a book and you read some of this stuff, and it's truly amazing stuff. And even if you implemented about 5% of this, you're not going to be far wrong. And there's certainly a couple of books, and I think every single one of us. So the reason why, so tonight I just want to show you one of my books. And we all were like talking about different books. And just to remind people, you're watching on Catch Up, hashtag Catch Up is always good. And the vast majority, ladies and gentlemen, of people who watch this isn't actually during the live, and it's lovely to see a number of you tonight, but actually the people on Catch Up, and a number of people say, yeah, it's either later on in the evening or it's on the commute to work in the morning. And that's great. So thank you for tuning in. This is Robin Sharma. This is The Greatness Guide. It is a fantastic book. You find it on Amazon. Again, I've got nothing to do with Robin Sharma, but it's great. And tonight I'm just going to read you a couple of extracts from this, because it is brilliant. And it's nice, and because it's broken into tiny little chapters, it's quite digestible. That's what it's a great sun lounger. God, can you imagine? So 21st, or is it 21st? Or is it, I think it's May, isn't it? I think we were able to fly out. But so this is one definitely for you to have a look at. And I'll share some of that. Tonight, I want to talk about, this was an anagram. which is used, oh, there you go, lion. It's used in the forces for developing junior NCOs and junior leaders. And I felt that it's worth me just sharing this with you, because it's worth just sharing some of this, because we're all in a position of leadership. We've all got fabulous subordinates and youngsters, or any age actually, who you're trying to develop and nurture, and this is really quite powerful when it comes to developing. So it's called, the anagram is lion, and I just want to go through that. So the first one is L, and this is about having success in your life, or specifically in your career. And we can all sort of apply this to our own lives and careers. The first thing is L. There you go. So L, which is, there you go, is to learn your craft. Whatever your craft is have a commitment to learning your craft, not winging it, but absolutely learning it and becoming the go-to guy or girl when it comes to your particular field of expertise. And we've all got fields of expertise when it comes to care, when it comes to dementia, when it comes to looking after the elderly. It might be domiciliary care, but absolutely have a commitment, a self-commitment to developing yourself and those around you, so that you are recognized and as an industry expert, and certainly someone who has considerable knowledge. And that takes time. It takes a dedication of reading around the subject, but also starting to get technical. And I always liken it with when one's in the army, amateurs talk about tactics, and true professionals talk about logistics, because that is the true mark of a real professional when it comes to military operations. They're not interested in the actual tactics, left or right flanking, as much as important as that might be, but they go into the real detail of the logistics, the supply lines, of whether or not you can sustain a campaign. And that is a real difference. So whatever your expertise, whatever it is, so start to understand the regulations, start to understand the key lines of inquiry, start to be able to talk technically about your particular field, and automatically, whether you're in meetings, whether in your written word, whether in your emails, you start to have more gravitas, you start to have more impact and influence in your particular area. The next one is I. And this is about initiate and also innovate. The first thing is real true leaders initiate action and initiate change. They don't wait for it to happen to them. They don't wait for someone to come up with a good idea. They're the ones who are ideas generating. They're the ones who are coming up. They're bringing stuff to the party. They're not the moaners. And they're the ones who bring in not just solutions, but real innovation. And that makes a massive difference. And you can imagine, if you're an innovator, if you're coming to the party with some harebrained, crazy ideas, but it's harebrained, crazy ideas that could possibly actually work. But you start to get a reputation as someone who's starting to challenge the status quo. And the more different, if you want to write a paper, and if you want to really shake up the industry, then decide and identify something that you can literally turn on its head. So if the rest of the field, or your particular subject field, or the industry is going this way, then deliberately start to swim against that, because you will be the person that they start to look at, because you're starting to go against the industry standard. And the customs, which are becoming pretty standard anyway. So swim against the tide. So innovate and initiate is the I's. O is own your future. If there's ever one thing which is more powerful, it's genuinely owning your own future. This is the time not for deciding that the other people are to blame. And, this is not the place for victim culture. This is not the place for looking for scapegoats and the reasons why you're failing, the reasons why you're not getting on. The only person responsible in your life for your success or failure, I'm afraid, is you. You either put up with stuff, and if you choose to put up with that, that's fine. That is your calling, or you can decide to do something about it, and you are totally and utterly, master of your own destiny. And so own your future with both arms around your future, and you're the one that is initiating change in it. No one else, and no one else is to blame. So if it's not working, then get out. And I say that to care managers. there's care managers who phone me up and say, look, can I have a bit of advice? And there's, of course, I mean, that's, deeply flattering that you want some advice from me. I don't know why you would, but absolutely. And it's very, it's very humbling. But I say to some people, look, if you're being treated in the way you're being treated, if you've got a provider that's doing that, if you've got an organization that's treating you so horrifically and terribly like that, not giving you the resources, not giving you the respect, if they're continually undermining your leadership, then get out. Get out of whatever you're doing. Put your letter of resignation in, because life is short. So command your own destiny and get out of that organization, because it's toxic. It's going to take you down. And there's a great saying, never overestimate how important you might be to an organization, because every single one of us is expendable. No matter how important you might think, or how dependent you think your organization is on you, I can tell you, by the time you put your letter of resignation in, they will already have your job advert in the local paper or Indeed. So let's understand that, and that's so own your own destiny, own your own future. And if it's not going the way, then you have to do something about it. And the final one is N. N for network. The most powerful in life. As an individual, we can do so little, but as a team, we can do so much. And that's no different when it comes to the power of the network. And the power of the network is very much what we're looking at now. The power of the network is very much, who you choose to spend your time, who the people. And there's three main things in your life: your environment, what you decide to consume in terms of social media or the information you decide to consume. And the final one is the people that you choose to share it with. And those three have a pronounced and prolonged effect on the success of your life, and how effective and content you will be. So if your environment is toxic, if your environment is messy and disorganized, then that's the starting point. If you want to start by organizing your desk. Start by organizing your office. There's one CQC inspector said to me, if I go into an office and it looked like a bloody bomb's hit it, then you're not going to be outstanding. You're possibly not even going to be good, because you can't even organize your own life in your own office. So, and the best thing is to be reaching for a file which is that has in it exactly what it says on the tin. So organize your environment, and reduce the chaos, because there's enough chaos and enough chaos in the world. The next one is what you choose to consume. If you choose to continually keep scrolling on Facebook, or to consume all the negative, that in life you find what you seek. If you're looking for anti-vaxxers, if you're looking for reasons why Brexit was failed, if you're looking for the reasons why 3 failed marriages is you're going to be doomed to a 4th failed marriage, whatever you look at, you will find it. You'll find an answer to everything you seek. There's absolutely no doubt. And so, but equally, if you seek positive in this world, if you seek, unabashed happiness, if you seek contentment, you will find that, because you choose not to have, and then leave it on to final, people in your life that are feeding you this stuff. So that's why be very careful what you feed on, because you are the product of what you feed on, quite literally. And so choose not to surround you by people who are continually gossiping. Choose not to surround yourself by negative people, and people literally suck the power and the energy out of the room. So, ladies and gentlemen, and another night I'll go over the 8 ways to restore some balance. I'm just going to leave you with some just final things. So this is from Robin Sharma, and it's great if you're not familiar with him. It's definitely something I'd worth spending a bit of time, and you can find him on Amazon. So here's one. This is life lessons from Spongebob Squarepants. It says, Spongebob Squarepants is my hero. The kids and I were having breakfast this morning when my 9-year-old daughter brought up the subject of this crazy little cartoon character. And he says, seriously, here are 4 lessons from SpongeBob SquarePants that can teach us to get more joy out of life. And I just thought this was great. The first one, be the eternal optimist. The guy, or SpongeBob, should I say, always sees the best in a situation. Your thinking really does shape your reality. And because SpongeBob looks for the best, he finds it. value people. SpongeBob knows what friendship means. He loves his pals in Bikini Bottom, even Squidward, who is always cranky. SpongeBob knows that respect and putting people first are the two most important elements for strong relationships. And then the final one is be original. SpongeBob is one of a kind. Too many among us are afraid of ourselves, so we give up on our dreams and follow the crowd. Tragic. To thine own self be true, wrote Shakespeare. Have the courage to be true and the greatest you ever. And laugh and have fun. There's no point in being successful but sad. Makes no sense. Yes, reach for the mountaintop, but enjoy the climb as well. Life wasn't meant to be an ordeal. It was meant to be a celebration and a path. So have big time fun as you chase and as you catch your most cherished dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to finish on that. Once again, thank you for joining me this evening. We'll see you tomorrow. And for more fun and games, have a fabulous Tuesday. The rest of Monday night, have a fabulous night. And we'll see you very soon. Bye for now.